My name's Tony Louie. I'm from Inchlim, Washington. I represent the Colville Confederated Tribes. My bands are the Methow and the Arrow Lakes, also known as the Sinixt. My medium of art is through music. My theme about music ties to kind of my belief in what creators blessed me with. Playing up in our traditional homelands of the Sinixt, I really didn't intend on jumping into an activist role, which I still don't feel like I have, but there's a lot of work to be done, you know, for our people up there, and music was, you know, I'd say the medium that brought me to that platform. Going up there and getting introduced to historical places that my ancestors once lived was one of the most powerful experiences I've got to have. And then I would say going over to Switzerland and Europe was an awesome experience, especially for a res boy like myself. You know, it's definitely an awakening to see different cultures and see how you're perceived, not just in your comfort zone, right? But as far as my favorite place to play, though, that's a different kind of subject, because there's no place I'd rather play than here at home. I mean, just the love you feel, and Inchlim days, playing for your own people, like, it doesn't get better than that as far as the energy you're in front of. So I don't really have to go anywhere to feel that, but the experiences branching out and going into the world and seeing new things, I encourage everyone to find that somewhere in their journey. It doesn't have to be through music, but through the gift that Creator's given them, you know, let it take you wherever it goes, and don't fight the current.
Mama calls me the wind, I'll be gone 3 months and blow back in. Wonder when she'll see me again. Crazy drifting boy, and stop running. But if she only knew the pain I felt, the hills I've been through. That's why I can't sit still, 'cause my mind starts running, demons grab the wheel. So I run down this lonely road, the way I roll. I can't look back, it's back's the past that I'm running from. Maybe it's my fault for letting you go. Maybe it's your fault, loving this drifting soul.
I was taught what Creator gives to us is His gift to us, and who we share that gift with is our gift to Creator. So, you know, this is the gift He's given me, so it feels like my obligation to share it with others, for it to even be real. Moving other people is what I do it for. I'm not doing it to fulfill my own, you know, ego or self-desires, because I really have none with the music. It's to deliver a message that might be able to reach somebody from any walk of life, not just an indigenous background. Music is the medium to feel that unity, so you don't feel alone.
I swear this life I live make a dead man grateful and a poor man give. That's why I sing the blues, 'cause the more I run, the more I lose. Still I wouldn't trade a single day. A life of ease just ain't for me. I swear the only way I feel alive, if I run these roads till the day I die. So I run down this lonely road, the way I roll. I can't look back, it's back's the past that I'm running from. And maybe it's my fault
would say as far as inspirations go, a lot of it comes from family, whether it be my parents. They played in a band my whole life growing up, so I was in that environment a lot, whether it was their band practices or shows. And then my uncle, Jim Boyd, was a very successful artist, so I started out playing his songs, and I still do to this day. I like to keep them alive, and they've given me a lot of inspiration personally and emotionally. Ironically, through them passing, it's given more life to my journey, more than it has taken from it. And it's not like I'm trying to live up to anything, but as far as emulating and using their groundwork as musicians, I think that's what we all are trying to do with our journeys. It's not pressure to try and be yourself, or at least it shouldn't be. So I'm just trying to use their blueprint to find my own way and just be the artist I want to become, because art is, it's real objective. It's not, beauty's in the ear of the listener, has nothing to do with trying to be anyone. So I guess my biggest thing is just keep trying to be me and be original. At the root of it would be my grandma. She's the first person I ever played with. She plays the piano, really good piano player. And back when I could barely play a guitar, she'd suffer through band practices with me, just me and her playing together. So she'd be the core of my inspiration as far as music is concerned.
Yeah, I run down this long road, where I roam. Can't look back, 'cause back's the past that I'm running from. And maybe it's my fault for letting you go. Maybe it's your fault for loving this drifting soul.
Thank you very much. The inspiration for the song just came from my natural kind of existence of the way I am in the world, which is being kind of a nomad and a drifter at heart. So not really having success in fitting in with the normal expectations from society. So whether that's through family, love, or life in general, not exactly fitting the mold that everyone wants you to fit, that would be the inspiration behind the song. I've always been a believer that you can only really write about what you know or what you've seen in your life. So that ties to the reservation culture of family ties and home being what built the person you've become. So as far as writing original content, there's no way for me to write a song without including those themes. For our community here in Inchlim, and as the Arrow Lakes people and Colvilles in general, water was what our lives revolved around, whether it was through the salmon or what have you. Now that we don't have salmon anymore, we still have our ceremonies on the water, and it's still a very prevalent, aspect of our lives. So, I come down here to pray, I run down here, to exercise. You're just always drawn to the water, I'd say, as an Indigenous person, whether you like getting in or not. It's just, you can feel the spirit of the water.
Hey, 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 oh, hey, oh, hey, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, hey, way, oh, hey, oh, yo, way, oh, hey, oh, yo, way, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh.
way ha da hey do, yo way ha da hey do, yo way ho way do hey. My name is Aaron Marchand, better known as Scarbo. I'm 55 years old, member of the Colville Confederated Tribes from Omak, Washington. This is kind of all new to me. I really didn't know what to expect coming here today. The inspiration behind my songs, I guess, is, I just listen to a lot of 49er song style, I guess, like Nakoa Heavy Runner, Conrad Benali. And so I guess that's kind of the style that I try to instill in my music. The songs that I made are just from my heart. The Indian blues song that I created was in memory of my Aunt Mickey. The Little Bro song was, we've all lost little bros, but when I lost my brother Jason, that's when that song came to me. Another song that I recorded was, I got sent to the mountains by an elder, and that day that song came to me. And then the fourth one, Chaspaus, I was enrolled in language classes at the college level, and so I just kind of pieced that song together with little words that I learned. And so that's what brought me here today. When you invited me out to sing, I did everything in my power to self-sabotage. You go through them thoughts of, is it good enough? Will people like it? Does it belong in that setting? So I know after the session, I was inspired a lot to try to write more, and that's all I do is I just write little poetry words, and then add a straight part to the song, I don't know, nobody ever really taught me. That's the way I figured was the easiest way to create a song, and so they just come to you for some reason. I don't know the reasoning. It wasn't that I intended to sit down. The Indian blues song, I was incarcerated, so I had all kinds of time on my hands to create that. So that's a Hollywood story, but the Little Bro song, like I said, came to me one night. I was just getting ready for bed, and man, it just hit me. And so, I just put it on paper, then just fine-tuned it. For some reason, I don't know why, I guess I don't want to call it a gift, or maybe it was a gift from Creator. I don't know. Maybe I needed that in my life. So no explanation from me as to why or where it came from. It's bigger than me, bro. Little bro, why did you go so far away? Way da hey, hey ah way da. Little bro, I didn't know what to say. Way da hey, hey ah way da. Little bro, what does it mean when I cry in my dreams? Yeah, wait a hey yo, wait a hey yo, wait a hey, wait a hey, yeah, wait a. Being raised traditionally, as a kid, being made to go family sweats, being taught how to self-care, in our traditional ways. So I've always just, I don't claim to be no medicine man, no healer, but I know how to carry myself, in a good way. We ha ya we la we lo ho we lo he lo ho we lo he ha we ha ya we la Now that you're gone, I'm gonna miss you. Wait, oh, lo, hey, ha, we, hi, ya, we, da. All I can do when thinking of you is sing them Indian blues. Indian blues, Indian blues. Wait, oh, do, hey, ha, we, ha, ya, we, da. I'll just share now, actually getting here to this moment in my life, I was in active addiction for 32 years. And as of July 8th, I reached 5 years of sobriety from alcohol and drugs. And so along the way, the Quilston brought me back to the center place where I needed to be. And so, there's a lot of people I can thank, especially my cousin Benny for getting me there. And that's where I find myself today. Thinking of you is sing them Indian blues. Indian blues, Indian blues. Wait, oh, do, hey, ha, we, hi, ya, we, da. The things that keep me grounded is an everyday positive mindset. I believe that we're in control of the way we live. Boundaries are where it's at for me. I learned boundaries early in my recovery, and that's my safeguard from keeping other people's BS away from me. In recovery, you want to reach out and you want to help every individual you can, but along the way you learn not every individual wants to be helped. A lot of them want to ride your coattail, so to speak. And to me, that just don't work. If you want to sober up, if you want to carry yourself in a good way, then you got to put in the footwork. Just like me, literally footwork. I only got one good leg, so it's footwork to me. So, this is a direct result of my consequences of living a life of addiction and alcoholism. They took my leg in 2013, and it was either clean it up and do it all over again in a few months, or take the leg and prolong my life by 20 years. So I chose to take the leg. So, and everybody has their own path. What works for me might not work for you. We all got to walk our own truth. There's going to be some naysayers, When I told people I was going to the studio to record with James, they asked if I was a rapper now. So I had to tell them no, we're going to go share some native songs, and so that was pretty cool. And like you said, when I shared, I got some responses about, dang, Scarbo, is that you? I'm like, well, yeah, it's me. Like, who else you think I'd be sending these songs from, And so it's pretty enlightening, it's pretty humbling, but it's also, it gives me like I said, you lit something inside of me that wants to do more. I love the setting. I always wanted to be in the studio and have that microphone in front of you, and so it was a lifelong dream realized. So I thank you for that. What kulim tapina chaspaus Yahweh da Huelo Heidi Hoe ha ya hayo Heidi Hueo Heidi
Mother Earth, your beauty alone lets me know she can never come close to you. As I take a horseback ride in your level reel,
My name is Shannon Hale. I am from the Fort Berthold Indian Reservation, Mandan Hidatsa. I feel like I'm a storyteller with this guitar that I do. That's my art. I love to tell stories about things that have happened to me, and writing about it, you know, is a really big thing for me. So, and the poetry and that goes with it. The experience of living through the story. For instance, the story that I wrote about Welcome to Hell. It's my uncle giving me a death ride. As we all know, we're not supposed to drink and drive. And the story that he gave to me as he was driving down the road, I was asking him to drive and he wouldn't let me drive, and this strong voice came out. I've been looking for you. And now that I found you, I came here to give you a last ride to you, my friend. You see where we're going, the sunlight don't ever shine. You go on home and you pack your bag and you say your last prayer, 'cause this is gonna be the last time you'll ever see daylight again, my friend. Those kind of things that grasped me and scared me and made that adrenaline flow to come out and write a story like that, and having to be a part of it majorly. As I am asking him to drive, he won't let me. Man, was I riding with death. I could have died. We could have killed somebody. So those stories that I put out on this guitar, or get up and do a story slam or a poetry, it's coming from that feel. Fortunately, I'm still here to talk about it. It's got to happen to me. You know, it's got to cut me so I can bleed it out and feel it, instead of quit living it now and just sing it. So that's where I'm grasping this stuff, because it's all new to me. It really puts a smile on my face, you know, and it makes me feel that little boy inside of me is still living for a reason. It's meant to be. You have a destination here with the Creator to do this music and sing for people and sing about people that can't do it. And that's my gift, and I want to share that with all of you. I walked into 477, and there you were. My heart told me I'm gonna fall in love with you. And then my heart told me I'm gonna be your fool. You came out to SNL bar right at closing time, and you slammed me against the door. With your drunk and whispering lustful voice, you told me that you only wanted me. Now times have changed, you don't want me no more. I'll walk away from your love today. Just remember, you went and broke my heart in two. I'll leave it open, only for you. I'll leave it open, only for you. You are my heroine, and I'm your addict in this toxic love. Ready to tie off to take another shot of your love. I don't care if I OD over you. Withdrawals without you in my bloodstream is driving me crazy. I'll walk away from your love today. Just remember, you went and broke my heart in two. I'll leave it open, only for you. I'll leave it open, only for you. I love singing about the person I fell in love with, or still in love with, no matter if it's healthy, unhealthy, toxic or untoxic, dysfunction or functional. It's everything in it. I just don't choose the joy of it, or I do take the sadness of it. I put it all together, man, there's days I wish that person would be in front of me so I can sing to them. Because I'm always gonna go on loving. That's just who I am. I love my guitar. I love doing this with you. This is all new to me. I love whatever it is, but I still have that love to sing about that person. No matter if it's a significant other, a husband or a wife, a child, a friend, a foe that we maybe had wrong ties with hurting each other by physically, spiritually, mentally, whatever. But it's somewhere that always keeps me connected. It was the word love. Forgiving is the ending word of love. So I have to learn how to forgive myself most of all. Because if I don't love myself, how can I love anybody else? And the Creator and Mother Earth and the Holy Spirit and our loved ones that are there in the spiritual world, those are the ones flowing through you, me, through the trees, whatever it is, to show me that love. You know, that's a really sensitive spot for me because I do love the ladies. I give them all the credit, especially the Native American ladies. You know, bam. And I really enjoy that, you know. And it's not mean that I'm being disrespectful. Is that I have 5 daughters of my own. And I want my 5 daughters to find a better man than me. So that way I know that where I was brought up, how to treat a lady, they will find that in another quality of men. A lot of that love comes from my sister. I come from 7 brothers and 2 sisters, as my mom and dad made 55 years plus. And having children of 9 and taking on the children of foster and adopting children. So that love comes from my parents through the thick and thin, the function and dysfunction, the healthy, unhealthy. They made it work. And a lot of us younger generation don't do that. I love love, and I think everybody deserves it. No matter what color you are, no matter if you're, bisexual, gay, whatever it is, love is love, and we need to share it more often, especially through the Creator's eyes and Mother Earth. So yeah, thank you for that question. I do appreciate that.